People used to tell me that तेरी जो इतनी प्रॉपर्टी है कि 7 पुश्तें नहीं खत्म हो सकती और मैंने 10 साल में खत्म कर दी.
Why couldn't it prevent addiction?
Money, property, good upbringing makes no difference to addiction. I'm an addict. जमीन सारी बेच दी, प्रॉपर्टी सारी बेच दी, किस लिए? Maintaining of my lifestyle.
जब आपकी शादी हो रही थी तो वो भी एक conscious choice था.
जो भी हमने किया as a couple, it was done under the influence of alcohol.
And you remind me of Sanjay Dutt.
So he was my junior in school. बिगड़ी, देखो ये हम बिगड़े हुए लड़के हैं.
एक एडिक्ट या अगर अल्कोहल पे डिपेंडेंट है तो उससे हटाने के लिए उसको कुछ और चाहिए.
अगर मैंने ठीक होना है तो मेरी लाइफ वर्थवाइल होनी चाहिए ना, सब्सटेंस के बगैर या अल्कोहल के बगैर.
How frightened were you to realize कि अब टाइम आ गया है, अब मुझे इसके ऊपर कुछ करना चाहिए या कोई स्टेप लेना चाहिए?
मेरे को 9 साल लग गए to try and find a remedy and I didn't find a remedy. I was beaten into a remedy. सारे साइड में कुछ नहीं रहा. I was finished. In 1991, at the age of 33, when I thought I'd finished my life, it began again. You have a choice. If I could do it, you can do it. All anybody has to do is to basically admit to the truth and ask for help.
When people imagine addiction, they picture someone sleeping on a pavement, not someone walking into a boardroom. But addiction doesn't care how much money you have, or it doesn't care what is your surname. Why do we still struggle to recognize addiction when it wears a suit instead of rags? Welcome to Conversations That Matter. Joining us today is Mr. Naveen Ansal, a man whose story is all about legacy and reinvention. Many people know him today as the force behind Casa Paradox, a high-end luxury brand which is into architecture and interiors. But behind those identities is a man who's lived it through privilege, addiction, loss, and one of the most remarkable recoveries that I have come across. Thank you for joining us, sir. You come from a family of deep privilege and power. So looking back at your childhood, what role did alcohol play?
Thank you very much for having me here and to want me to discuss and talk about my role and my life with alcohol and from recovery from alcoholism. And as a child, when I was growing up, alcohol was never something that was taboo. It was always something that was normal everywhere. I came from a family which was a landowning family, and I came from a place where alcohol was normal stuff, but nobody even talked about it. But I do remember that we were all very comfortable with alcohol, drinking, and having a good time. So it was never something that I looked upon as something that I would get into or not get into. It was never a subject to be discussed.
Okay.
So that's how my childhood was. In fact, I think alcohol was never given prominence apart from being a regular thing, part of living. Not something that you were trying to go towards, or even if you were, if somebody was drinking, it was normal. If somebody drank too much, it was normal. If somebody, in fact, it was more normal to drink than not to drink. So that was the background I came from, even though my parents themselves were not heavy drinkers. But my society around me, they were all drinkers. And they were all people of, they were people of caliber, but they all lived a different kind of life where drinking was normal.
All right. So when did you take your first drink?
So actually, as a kid, I went to a boarding school. And the boarding school was Lawrence School of Sinar in the Simla Hills. And I think my first drink, if you ask me, and I go back to it, was I must have been 8. I didn't drink. I remember I was going back to school and there was a train that we took. All the kids who went from Punjab to Sana took a train which was going to a place called Kalka. I was not well. So my mother and father decided, they were at a party at a friend's place, that he's got to catch the train. So let's give him some brandy and hot water.
Okay.
So that was my first drink.
Okay.
If you want to imagine, that's my first drink.
Okay.
But that was just the idea that I realized that it made an effect on me. It made me feel different.
So, can you take me to that moment where you willingly wanted to have alcohol as to escape something or just to enjoy
Okay,
a moment?
sorry to interrupt, but I willing to drink was when I was growing up. Because it was, again, I had an older brother who was 3 years older. And my older brother was also quite a person of different tastes. So he also liked to enjoy himself. Since he was older and I was following him, I used to see all these guys having a good time. And I also naturally got, towards that direction. But I remember even when I was very young, maybe 13, when I actually had my first drink where I realized that this substance has something which is very different. And I went to a place, and I'm saying this because nobody knows about these things nowadays, very few do. पर मुझे ये याद है कि उस ज़माने में हमारे एरिया में, जहाँ पंजाब में, देसी दारू बनती थी.
अच्छा.
और देसी दारू जो है वो साइड में लोग जो है ना, वो अपने दे आर द वंस हु मैन्युफैक्चर इट, वो फ्रेश बनती है. तो किसी ने मुझे कह दिया, जब मेरी उम्र शायद 14 साल की थी, कि ये जाके ना, कोई फार्म वाला आदमी था, बिकॉज आई कम फ्रॉम अ फार्म फैमिली ना, वी हैव लैंड. तो किसी ने मुझे कह दिया कि जी देसी दारू पी के आते हैं. तो मुझे सोचा ही नहीं, मैंने कहा चलो. उधर पी के आए और मुझे कुछ याद नहीं क्या हुआ.
And how old were
I
you?
must have been at the most 13 or 14.
Okay.
13 I would imagine actually. So that was my first real drink.
अच्छा.
Because I came back without knowing I've come back. इस हालत में मैं आया था.
अच्छा.
But later on, of course, I will say very clearly that I gravitated towards this substance of alcohol because I used to see my older brother. They used to have parties. They were 16, 17-year-old kids. And they had, a lot of boys here. He was also in Hindu college. There were a lot of boys here. There were a lot of girlfriends. So they all were drinking. So I said, I should also be part of this.
Okay.
And then I started drinking regular, beer, share and things. But it became, it was enjoyable. So I continued. I realized that I enjoyed this substance while I was about 15 or so.
And it started becoming regular. उस time से
regular नहीं हुआ. Regular जब हुआ तो 15, 16, 17 मैं इधर कॉलेज आ गया था.
Right.
तो कॉलेज में रेगुलर नहीं हुआ था, पर कॉलेज में शुरुआत ऐसी हो गई थी कि मेरे को पता था कि कुछ खराबी है, पर मुझे समझ नहीं आई.
अच्छा.
बिकॉज कॉलेज में हमारे स्कूल के बहुत इधर लड़के आए हुए थे, दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में. एंड इन दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी वी वर ऑल टुगेदर, वी यूज्ड टू मीट टुगेदर. व्हेनेवर वी मेट वी वुड ड्रिंक.
Okay.
And we drank excessively because all the boys who had come from Punjab to Delhi University were wild. And I enjoyed being wild. So I enjoyed the idea of drinking together with these guys and doing a wild kind of whatever we did after that. But it was something that मुझे उसमें मजा आने लग पड़ा. तो by about 17 मजा आने लग पड़ा कि जी ये चीज जो है ना, ये मेरे मतलब की है और इसके साथ ही मजा आएगा.
अच्छा.
So that was the difference कि मुझे लगा कि इसके बगैर मजा नहीं, क्योंकि मैंने बीच में 6 महीने नहीं पी. और वो 6 महीने मेरी लाइफ बहुत ही काम, कूल और रिलैक्स थी. कोई एक्स्ट्रा हलचल नहीं थी और वो मुझे पसंद नहीं थी.
ओके. और वो कॉन्शियस डिसीजन था उस टाइम पे? नहीं
कॉन्शियस तो देखो 17 की उम्र में, 17 when you're 17 is hardly anything conscious. You're just kind of experimenting. And I was experimenting.
Okay.
I also experimented, let me say, with other chemicals. Because those were the things college guys did. And or that age group did. And also, I must tell you that we had grown up in a culture when the hippie movement had started.
Oh, yeah.
So hippie movement ke time, it was फ्री ड्रिंकिंग, फ्री ड्रग्स, फ्री सेक्स, ऐसे मूवमेंट ही ऐसी थी। तो हम लोग भी इन्फ्लुएंस बड़े हो गए थे।
अच्छा।
आई वॉज वेरी इन्फ्लुएंस्ड because those days the kind of lifestyle we had was very different to what you see today. And so by 17 I had realized that I don't drink normally. I overdo it, and that's the time I realized that it's a good thing for me to continue.
बट इतनी वाइल्ड लाइफ कॉमन भी नहीं होती है यंगस्टर्स में ना, उस जमाने में भी इतनी नहीं होती होगी। सो व्हाट अबाउट योर पेरेंट्स, जो एक, क्योंकि आई थिंक पेरेंट्स का भी क्वेश्चन हो सकता है कि अगर उनका बच्चा है
भाई देखो,
इस चीज में,
आपकी बात सही है,
दे डील विद इट।
आपकी बात सही है कि इतनी वाइल्ड लाइफ सारों की नहीं होती।
हाँ।
पर जिस बैकग्राउंड से मैं आ रहा था उसमें हमारे लोगों की उस टाइम एक न्यू जनरेशन थी।
ओके।
उस टाइम की न्यू जनरेशन, उस टाइम की न्यू जनरेशन का ये था कि वी हैव टू ओवरडू एवरीथिंग। दैट्स द crowd we moved in. And not to say everybody is like that. Parents का तो देखो, parents को तो there is no role of the parents at that time. कोई सुनता है पेरेंट्स की? मैं तो नहीं, मैंने कभी नहीं सुनी। 17 साल की उम्र में, I'm 17, my parents may say anything, but it doesn't get through to me. And I was also, I'll be very clear, I was brought up in a fashion because I was in a public school, which is a boarding school. So we had very little connection with our parents. हमारा lifestyle क्या था कि स्कूल से 3 महीने थे साल में पेरेंट्स के साथ आने के लिए। उस टाइम हॉलीडेज होते थे। So we were hardly with parents. And parents would, I am sure my parents didn't know what was happening. Or if they knew what was happening, it was very little they couldn't understand कि क्या हो रहा है. But also I think at those times parents think कि यार they are young kids, they're going to go wild. So parents did not have any role in my life to influence me.
Got it.
I did college, and must say this, I did college because those days for me, I thought that I'm such a well-to-do rich man that I don't have to work. So I did college as if doing my parents a favor. I didn't want to study. My interests were to be having a good time.
Okay, but it seems you must be a bright kid because the kind of school you've gone to, and then your college, Hindu college.
You know, I'll be honest. I was never interested in studies.
Okay.
I was a sportsman. So I was very good at sports throughout my life. Throughout my childhood and later life में भी मेरी पढ़ाई में कभी मेरा मन नहीं लगा, और पढ़ाई में भी मैं उतना ही करता था जितनी ज़रूरत थी. So I would pass with sufficient marks to get into the next class. And I joined college because, please, nowadays the university, the amount of percentage you have is very different. हमारे ज़माने में I got 63%. I joined Hindu college, which was supposedly a good thing.
Right.
But I was never interested in studies. Bright तो जरूर होऊंगा, पर मेरे interest बदल गए थे.
Got it. But कुछ बच्चे ऐसे भी होते हैं ना जो बहुत नहीं पढ़ते हैं लेकिन अच्छे मार्क्स ले आते हैं.
वो भी
तो
है.
वो भी, हाँ, हो
वो
सकता
भी है, but मेरा तो देखो सीधी बात है कि मैं पढ़ाई में इंटरेस्ट मेरा नहीं था. मेरा इंटरेस्ट डाइवर्ट हो चुका था.
Okay.
मेरे इंटरेस्ट में उस टाइम ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट ये था कि अपना get a degree, which I did not get because I did 2 years of college. मैंने 3rd year में छोड़ ही दिया.
अच्छा, okay.
So I did not do a 3-year graduation. I decided not to do it because I said no point. I was not interested in studies. So I decided to change my life. I went back to my farm.
I was going to come to it. Ki how was life after going back from Delhi to your hometown?
So basically जब मैं वापस गया हूँ, I had gone, actually my 2nd year of college was done in Punjab University. I went back thinking के इधर मेरा जितना मैंने करना था कर लिया, वापस चलेंगे. I'll do my college there. Not realizing कि college उधर जाके situation बिगड़ गई. क्योंकि उधर जो मेरी कंपनी थी, वो कंपनी में there were people who were like me, also from the same background, और जो who wanted to have a good time. So I actually lost track completely, and that's the time I realized that I cannot live without alcohol.
Okay.
The time would have been when I was about 19 or 20. That's the time it became part of my life to a large degree.
But you had everything, privilege, power, money, everything. Why couldn't it prevent addiction? क्योंकि हमें लगता है ना जब से किसी के पास हर चीज होता है तो हर चीज का या तो सोल्यूशन होता है या प्रिवेंट कर सकते हो. आपके केस में ऐसा क्यों नहीं हुआ?
देखो, पैसा, money, property, good upbringing makes no difference to addiction. I have a very simple idea about this. I'm an addict. I was perhaps born that way, meaning not that I drank when I was born, but I have this gravitational pull towards something to be addicted to.
Yeah.
So you cannot, there is no reason to imagine कि सारा कुछ है और ये इसमें कोई problem नहीं है. Problem है. Problem ये है कि I have got a problem which you mentioned earlier that I want to escape from something and not realizing it. What do I want to escape from is what is the problem. The addiction becomes my escape.
Okay.
Addiction becomes कि मेरे को I want to start to experience life differently to what I am normally experiencing it. I want to change. I want to change the way I feel. I want to change the way I look at things because life is bothering me. So addiction, when you ask that question, addiction is something that is internal inside of me which finds something to be addicted to. It could be food, it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be any number of addictions.
And since you mentioned that your parents were not at all heavy drinkers or into this addiction, so how does it come to a person? Like, is it genetic or it's like I just want to understand how can a person be
it is.
an addict?
See, my father, mother were not addicts.
Yeah.
Simple. My brother and me were addicts.
Okay.
So my older brother and me were both addicts. He died because of addiction.
Okay.
So the thing is that it's not something that you imbibe from outside. You mentioned the word genetic. They do say, which I will not go into because I'm not a doctor.
Right.
Best to ask a doctor, and they will. Who says it's genetic? WHO says it's genetic. But that's another point that we are not because we are not talking about from the doctor's point of view.
Yes.
But even if it's genetic, the thing is that since I have a predisposition to some substance, it's easy for a person like me to grab hold of something. And it could be genetic. It could be that my forefathers, somebody drank, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's not my interest anymore. But it has a possibility that, which I know from a very simple layman's point of view, कि genetic hai. But it is something that cannot be stopped because you are a rich man or a poor man.
Correct.
It has to be stopped in some other way.
Correct. I'm glad you mentioned this again because अगर हम एक अल्कोहलिक की बात भी करते हैं हमारे दिमाग में रिच मैन को एक शौकिया लगता है ना कि शौक से पी रहा है इंसान. Oh, how beautiful, how sophisticated. Even the glass is sophisticated. But जब एक गरीब इंसान पी रहा होता है तो उसको लोग बहुत ही खराब से देखते भी हैं. वो कहीं रोड पे भी पड़ा होता है. So ये पॉडकास्ट का आज मतलब ये कि इसको हम स्टिग्मा से हटाएं. Like it should be destigmatized so that anybody could fall prey to it.
देखो, you said something which is very simple. This disease of alcoholism
Yes.
and drug addiction is for anybody, could be rich or poor. He doesn't have to fall in the gutter. He can fall in his bedroom.
Absolutely.
It makes us all very equal. Whether he's rich or poor, we're all very equal as far as addiction is concerned. It's a disease, and the disease doesn't care for your age. It doesn't care for your sex, which sex you are, and it doesn't care for money or poor. this addiction is something that can grab hold of anybody. Unfortunately, you see people lying on the street, but you can see a rich man who's being. I used to be carried. मैं जब ज़्यादा पीता था तो मेरे servants आके मुझे उठा के ले जाते थे. Because that was a kind of I was able to do that.
And you remind me of Sanjay Dutt. क्योंकि उनके भी केस में ऐसे ही होता था ना. He used to.
He was my junior in school.
Okay. हाँ. So
he was my junior in school. और हमारे स्कूल का ही है वो.
अच्छा.
तो वही बिगड़ी. देखो ये हम बिगड़े हुए लड़के हैं. और you don't necessarily have to be बिगाड़ोड by your parents.
Correct.
You बिगाड़ो yourself.
I think parents बिगाड़ते बहुत कम हैं.
Parents
हम
कम
खुद से
बिगाड़ते हैं. वो तो ये असल में कहानी है बिगड़े हुए लोगों की जो अपने आप को 30 मार खा समझते हैं. Who think they are beyond normal norms of society. And that is what actually this is the whole thing is about. Because I thought I was superior to society. I thought this society rules don't apply to me. And I did things in my life, in addiction, in active addiction, that I would hate anybody to do because the most dangerous things I've done. Things that you don't want anybody who's close to you to do or your family members to do. And addiction makes you do very crazy things. Some of them are never discussed.
Right.
Some of those things that an alcoholic and a drug addict do, I wish they were out in the open because those are the wildest things you can never imagine a human being doing.
Right.
And so addiction is sometimes funny if it doesn't carry on too long, and sometimes very painful if it continues.
Right.
And addiction का कोई ये नहीं है कि जी मैं अपनी विल पावर पर छोड़ दूंगा. ये मार खानी पड़ती है. और इसीलिए एडिक्शन का काम ही यही है कि जब तक मार नहीं खाई आप छोड़ोगे नहीं.
So दो चीजें हैं. आपने बोला addiction sometimes funny है. I think when you look back, then only you find it funny.
Only then.
है ना?
Now we
उस
laugh.
time पे, हाँ.
You're right. Addiction is funny not from a family's point of view.
Absolutely.
जो फैमिली है उनका तो बुरा हाल हो रहा है. पर जो एडिक्ट सोबर होके या अल्कोहलिक सोबर होके देखता है तो उसको दिखता है कि मैंने ऐसे अजीब अजीब चीजें की. which should be very funny. We're laughing at ourselves. How could I do this? How? And I laugh at my stupidities. कि इतनी stupid चीजें की हुई हैं जो आप you can't imagine. Nobody wants to do them because you're not sane. You're not okay. I was never okay. Till the age of 33, I was not okay. I was completely a mad hatter. And वो बीमारी ने मुझे मेरी आंखें बंद रखी थी. मेरी आंखें, which we call denial, आंखें बंद पड़ी हुई थी. मुझे परवाह ही नहीं थी. जमीन सारी बेच दी, प्रॉपर्टी सारी बेच दी. किस लिए? Maintaining of my lifestyle. कि जी लाइफस्टाइल मेंटेन करना और दिखाना नहीं किसी को कि मेरे साथ क्या हो रहा है. क्योंकि उसका डर ये था कि अगर कोई देख लेगा मेरा क्या हाल है तो मेरी तो बेइज्जती हो जाएगी. एंड आई डिड नॉट वांट टू शो दिस टू एनीबॉडी. पर मैं सारा कुछ यही करता रहा कि कैन यू बिलीव आई नॉट शेयर्ड दिस विद यू बट आई ऑफन टॉक अबाउट दिस that people used to tell me that तेरी जो इतनी प्रॉपर्टी है कि 7 पुश्तें नहीं खत्म हो सकती और मैंने 10 साल में खत्म कर दी.
Wow.
Because I lived and I'm surprised I didn't die.
Correct.
I'm surprised that with the things I did, I'm still alive at the age of 68 and talking to you.
First of all, you don't look 68. I think in the Delhi
Thank you.
circuit, in the Delhi social circle, you're named as Indian George Clooney. तो वो आपने अभी तक मेंटेन कर रखा है. और दूसरी बात जो आपके लास्ट आंसर में था कि मार खानी पड़ती है. So was it like figurative or literal? Like क्या या तो भगवान की मार या
जिंदगी की मार.
जिंदगी की.
भगवान कह लो, जिंदगी कह लो, जो मर्जी कह लो.
Okay.
क्योंकि eventually तो यही है ना कि you have to eventually get beaten to pulp to want to stand up again. I had to. For so many, the last, you see, my father passed away in 1990. My mother was, by then my brother had died because he was also an alcoholic. He had an accident, he died. By then, I had got married, I had a child. I was also married. You asked me why I was married, I don't know.
अभी मैंने पूछा नहीं है.
So,
अभी पूछूंगी.
yeah, this question is very important.
हाँ.
So, alcoholic के लिए, it is, he is too mad to figure out कि करना क्या जिंदगी में.
Okay.
And so the मार ऐसे पड़ती है कि slowly, जैसे अब मैं आपको कह रहा हूँ कि from the age of 17, I did not become a regular drinker, but I knew I was overdoing it all the time, whenever I started. And I thought it was actually very, I was very smart. Or I thought I was very great because I could do all those mad things with the help of alcohol.
Okay.
So, but the result of those mad things was the difficulties I had to face. I have faced a lot of difficulties as a consequence of those mad actions. But I was saved because I, in my own environment, was supposed to be somebody. So nobody did extra, I was not into too much of trouble. But the trouble that happens is because I got married and I had a child. The trouble is that you're not earning money. I wasn't earning money. I was only selling.
Okay.
Because I did not want, see, firstly, I don't think I was capable of earning money. And both my wife and me were drinking together.
Okay.
She's passed away now. So, my first wife. But the thing is that मार जो आप कह रहे हो पड़ती है वो eventually जाके ऐसी पड़ती है circumstances मेरे साथ भी हुई और जब पड़ी तो उस टाइम मेरे then I realized कि अब मेरे पास कोई रास्ता नहीं है.
Okay.
And that's what happened. And मार पड़ती है from just circumstances and how unhappy you are.
Right. आपने अभी शादी की बात बोली है तो जब आपकी शादी हो रही थी तो वो भी एक कॉन्शियस चॉइस था कि अभी शादी कर लेना चाहिए.
Unconscious.
अच्छा. Okay.
It was a choice. Okay. मेरी जो पहली शादी हुई थी वो मैं 24 साल का था. And my wife was maybe 21. And we both partied together. And she came from a very, very well-respected family. So did I. And I thought it was the most natural thing to do. Two very well-respected families. And you both love the idea of partying. You both love to be wild. What better marriage can it be?
Right.
You know, it's that idea, which is an insane idea. Ki how we will live a life, and I'm not joking, this is my idea. We live a life of a party all throughout. That was how blind I was. So we were supporting each other in our addiction and our alcoholism. And eventually, both of us realized that, life is finished now.
तो अल्कोहल कब सबसे ज्यादा प्यारा हो गया सब रिश्तों से सब लोगों से?
प्यारा तो हो गया था by the age of 22.
ओके. मतलब शादी से पहले ही प्यारा हो चुका था?
प्यारा हो चुका था.
हाँ.
23 maybe. Because it had become the major part of my life.
Okay.
तो अगर जिंदगी जीनी थी तो उसके बगैर नहीं जी सकता. शादी भी करानी है तो उसके बगैर शादी नहीं हो सकती.
Okay.
मतलब कि जो भी हमने किया as a couple, it was done under the influence of alcohol.
Right.
And अगर आप पूछो कि जी conscious decisions क्या थे, कोई नहीं थे.
कोई नहीं था.
Because they were all decisions taken under the influence. I mean, maybe by then also I had started using other chemicals.
Right.
Because to get the effect fast, I was basically trying to substitute one with the other.
You've named the usage of substances and chemicals. Like, can you also tell us what kind of substances?
Well, in those days, आजकल तो बहुत ज़्यादा हो गए, मुझे नाम भी नहीं पता. But in those days, there was heroin. There was coke was very new, so it was not a big substance. Most substances were pills and heroin.
Okay.
So anybody who became an addict for substances used these two substances.
Along with alcohol.
With or without that.
Okay.
And there were sleeping pills and there were other pills also which were opposite to sleeping pills.
Okay.
So you had, in those days, it was party time, everybody thought these substances are fun. But जब addiction हो जाती है, especially with heroin, वो addiction तो ऐसी है कि आप छोड़ नहीं सकते. आपको डिटॉक्स कराने पड़ते हैं। और डिटॉक्स कराने में एक बात नहीं बनती।
ओके।
डिटॉक्स से बात नहीं बनेगी। डिटॉक्स तो आजकल भी करते हैं, वो तो मल्लम पट्टी है ना।
तो फिर होता क्या है जब कोई
तो
heroin
जो ये सब्सटेंस या इस बीमारी में फंस चुका है, डिटॉक्स इज अ फर्स्ट एवेन्यू,
ओके।
द फर्स्ट स्टॉप। द सेकंड स्टॉप शुड बी या तो आप कोई 12 स्टेप प्रोग्राम करो, या आप एक रिहैब जाओ जहां आपको छुड़वा देंगे। पर ये दैट इज ऑल्सो नॉट अ क्योर।
करेक्ट।
क्योर तो बाद में आएगा। एंड सब्सटेंसेस के साथ ये है कि वैसे छोड़ने से कोई फायदा नहीं। जब तक कोई रास्ता नहीं मिलेगा, छोड़ के क्या करोगे आप? You have to find a suitable alternative substitute to make your life worthwhile. How do you do that is the real issue.
वाओ।
We've talked about all this whole thing. The real issue is, अगर मैंने ठीक होना है तो मेरी लाइफ वर्थवाइल होनी चाहिए ना, सब्सटेंस के बगैर या अल्कोहल के बगैर, विदाउट अल्कोहल।
तो ऐसा हम बोल सकते हैं कि एक एडिक्ट या अगर अल्कोहल पे डिपेंडेंट है तो उससे हटाने के लिए उसको कुछ और चाहिए कि उस पे वो इमोशनली या मेंटली डिपेंड कर
बिल्कुल
पाए।
बिल्कुल। अल्कोहलिक की मैं पहले भी कह चुका हूं, कई दूसरे पॉडकास्ट में भी बात हुई है। Alcoholic is the most insecure human being by the end of it. Most insecure. So he's emotionally gone. The only substance that keeps him alive is alcohol, emotionally. And physically also. Though it's killing him, but he doesn't realize that because he feels until I have that drink, I can't get up. I can't function. So that is the physical part of it. The emotional part is he's so scared of leaving that substance that he doesn't know what to do. डर से भरे हुए हैं अल्कोहलिक्स। असलियत क्या है? ब्रेव तो बहुत दिखाते हैं ना, फियरलेस अल्कोहलिक्स, ब्रेव अल्कोहल, कोई नहीं ब्रेव, सारे अंदर से डरे हुए हैं। तो असली फिर जो बात असली आती है कि what am I going to do to find a suitable substitute that makes my life fabulous, and that's what is important in alcoholism.
वाओ, मुझे तो ये एक स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी लग रही
है ये
है ना?
वही है, बिल्कुल वही है।
ओके। एंड बिकॉज यू सेड कि बताना नहीं है, बेइज्जती हो जाएगी, आप अपनी चीज़ों को ढक भी रहे थे। हाउ फ्राइटेंड वर यू टू रियलाइज कि अब टाइम आ गया है, अब मुझे इसके ऊपर कुछ करना चाहिए या कोई स्टेप लेना चाहिए अपने आप को बचाने के लिए?
देखो, मैं सबसे पहले तो 19 I got sober in I left drugs and alcohol in 91. सबसे पहले तो 82 में पता लग गया था मुझे।
अच्छा।
मैं एक डिटॉक्स कराने गया, बात नहीं बनी, वापस आया वही चीज शुरू। मैंने कहा अब छोड़ने का तो मेरा 82 से मेरे को 9 साल लग गए to try and find a remedy, and I didn't find a remedy.
ओके।
I was beaten into a remedy. I was beaten into a remedy कि मुझे जब तक इतना मेरा हाल बुरा नहीं हुआ, मेरे हिम्मत नहीं पड़ी छोड़ने की। जो आप पूछ रहे हो ना,
हाँ।
हिम्मत नहीं थी छोड़ने की।
ओके, तो इसको हम रॉक बॉटम भी कह सकते हैं।
यही है
जब
रॉक
आया।
बॉटम, क्योंकि मैं 2-3 डिटॉक्स करा चुका था। 84 में भी करा लिया, उसके बाद भी मेरे ख्याल 1-2 डिटॉक्स हुए थे। पर जब रॉक बॉटम हुआ, रॉक बॉटम तब हुआ कि जब मुझे पता लगा कि मैं बिल्कुल ही आई हैव लॉस्ट माय मेंटल बैलेंस कंप्लीटली। मेरी जिंदगी ऐसी हो गई थी कि एक चक्रव्यूह बन गया था सिर्फ नशे का, और मैं ऐसी चीजें करने लग पड़ा जो बहुत फ्राइटनिंग थी। I started doing things that were going to get me into real trouble. In fact, I did get into trouble, which helped my rock bottom. I got into trouble because I was restrained by the police once, because I was doing things that should not have been done. And that was a big jhatka to me, that I should be called to a police station and asked to, asked what am I up to? तो उसके बाद मुझे पता है मेरे एक्सपीरियंसेस ऐसे रहे इस सारे चक्रव्यूह में, that मैंने कहा यार ये तो मेरी अब ऐसी चीज होगी कि मेरे who am I and what have I become? I was somebody I thought of substance, And I became somebody who was being cross-questioned by the police for things I didn't know I was doing. I'm purposely not going to a lot of instances that happened, but those issues with the authorities and the trauma with the authorities made me realize that you are not finished. And I only thought that the only place I can go is either I die or I rise. And then, with that, I had no money left. Actually, bottom to wo hai.
राइट तो इतनी चीजें आपने खोई हैं फाइनेंशियल लॉसेस आपके एंसेस्ट्रल 84 विलेजेस की इनहेरिटमेंट भी थी राइट
Right.
you'd inherited
Yes.
that and then you lost them also
Yes.
so which is the biggest loss you have experienced due to alcoholism and addiction
See, I came from a family who had at one time 84 villages. My father had 12. I was given 2.
okay
And I always thought that I am somebody special. So every alcoholic thinks that. But those going away of that property and that prestige was not so difficult as to lose my mind. The most difficult thing was that I lost my mind as well as I lost my worth. I felt like a nobody. I'm saying that I felt special at one time, and then suddenly I felt nobody. I felt like I was nobody on this earth anymore because I had demolished everything and nobody took me seriously. I was in fact made to feel that you have become a hindrance. I was made to feel that you are now become somebody who has hardly any place here.
wow
So that is the trauma of rock bottom that makes me rise and makes me realize कि अब या तो खड़ा हो जा या die. And that's because I had to learn how to live again. And that was the only way out, and I was blessed. So you said something, spiritual path. It is only spiritual. If I hit bottom, that's also spiritual actually. I don't find spiritual unless I hit bottom. And that spiritual was what got me listening to other people.
right
That spiritual is what allowed me to say, you are wrong, you are finished, take help.
wow
And that is why in 1991, at the age of 33, when I thought I'd finished my life, it began again. And it began because I'd accepted defeat.
Yes, because my next question is on the 12-step recovery program that you joined. So first of all, I want to ask that you coming from this family and then keeping your ego aside, you have to surrender. That is the first term that we use. How did it feel like to just surrender and what made you surrender?
You know, you asked a very sincere question and a very pertinent question. देखो सरेंडर ऐसे नहीं आता मेरे जैसे को. मेरे को जब तक मार नहीं पड़ेगी सरेंडर नहीं आएगा. सरेंडर तब हुआ जब मेरे सारे साइड में कुछ नहीं रहा. I was finished. Then I had the humility to say okay. Then I had the humility to say okay, मेरे बस का नहीं है, अब मुझे मदद चाहिए. और कमरे में या जहाँ भी जाना था मुझे 12 स्टेप प्रोग्राम में जाना था या जो भी करना था, I was able to throw my ego aside and say, okay, can somebody help me?
Okay.
Can somebody help me? Can somebody show me a way out? I wanted to become the person I always fancied I was. I wanted to become a person who was proud of himself, who was proud of his being a human being of value. And the only way out is that I had to admit defeat. Because I had done things to myself which were beyond my control.
तो जब आप ये प्रोग्राम में आए उसके पहले आप कभी सोचते थे कि अब नहीं पीऊंगा या बस ये ड्रिंक पी लेता हूँ अब नहीं पीऊंगा? तो ये कैसे एक्सक्यूजेस है जो अल्कोहलिक्स अपने आप से भी बनाते हैं और फैमिली से?
ये तो इतनी बारी एक्सक्यूज है कि अच्छा नहीं आज नहीं ना, रात को बहुत ज्यादा हो गई है, अब मेरा सिर दुख रहा है. पहले तो हैंगओवर है. हैंगओवर में वैसे ही आदमी बड़ा बुरा हाल हुआ। हैंगओवर है और वो कह रहा है कि यार आज चल यार, दोस्त ने फोन कर दिया। बाय द एंड तो दोस्त भी नहीं रहता कोई। किसी ने अगर फोन, शुरुआत में किसी ने फोन कर दिया कि चल यार लेट्स गो एंड हैव अ ड्रिंक, किसी ने नहीं यार आज नहीं, बट दैट बाय 2 o'clock you forget, because the craving for that drink for an addict and an alcoholic is so great that you forget about it.
So you're talking about 2 in the afternoon.
2 in the afternoon you forget that मैंने ये कहा था सवेरे कि मैं नहीं पीऊंगा।
अच्छा।
फिर बाय द इवनिंग से चलो एक ड्रिंक आज ले लेते हैं, कल को छोड़ देंगे। ये होता है शराबी के साथ। आज एक ड्रिंक लेंगे, वो एक ड्रिंक का मतलब होता है कि जितनी आपने पीनी पियो। You cannot stop at one. It is impossible for an alcoholic and an addict to stop at 1 drink or 2 drinks or 3 drinks.
Okay. I know you're not a doctor, but मेरा एक क्यूरियोसिटी में सवाल है कि लोग हेवी ड्रिंकिंग भी करते हैं, है ना, और फिर कुछ अल्कोहलिक भी होते हैं, तो कैसे हमें समझ में आए कि हम हेवी ड्रिंकर्स हैं? नॉट मी पर्सनली, हम हेवी ड्रिंकर्स हैं कि अल्कोहलिक हैं?
देखो, हेवी ड्रिंकर को अगर कल को आपको कह दिया जाए, अगर आप हेवी ड्रिंकर हो या मैं हेवी ड्रिंकर होता और मुझे डॉक्टर ने कह दिया कि देख यार तेरी हालत बहुत बुरी है, तेरी मेंटल कंडीशन भी बुरी है और तेरे ऑर्गन्स भी बुरे हो गए हैं, इंटरनल ऑर्गन्स आर गोइंग टू कोलैप्स, a heavy drinker will most probably say, okay, if I'm going to be in such a shit condition, then I might as well stop. But an alcoholic, knowing he is in a bad situation and he is finished, cannot stop. He will say, I'll promise you, you know, I'll do anything for you. I swear on my whatever, whoever grave you want to swear on, कि मैं छोड़ दूंगा, आज नहीं पियो, पर उससे नहीं रहा जाता। हेवी ड्रिंकर छोड़ देगा अगर उसकी हेल्थ और उसकी लाइफ डिमोलिश होने वाली है, क्योंकि बहुत हेवी ड्रिंकर्स हैं।
हाँ, मतलब आजकल जितना स्ट्रेस है लोगों के लाइफ में,
I'm sure.
they prefer like having 2 drinks at night before sleeping, या उससे ज्यादा भी होता होगा।
I'm
तो
sure.
कुछ रेगुलर ड्रिंकर्स हैं, कुछ हेवी ड्रिंकर हैं।
As long as I do not demolish my life with alcohol, because of alcohol, that's their business.
Yeah.
मेरी बिजनेस तो ये है कि मेरी डेमोलिशन स्टार्ट हो जाती है। जब मैं एक ड्रिंक ले लूंगा, मेरी डेमोलिशन स्टार्ट, फिर मेरे से बंद नहीं होनी।
तो अल्कोहलिक का एक ट्रेट है कि वो एक ड्रिंक, मतलब एक बूंद भी नहीं ले सकते।
नहीं ले सकता। जब से मैंने छोड़ी है, मैं एक बूंद भी नहीं लेता,
क्योंकि वो क्रेविंग फिर से आती है,
फिर से शुरू हो जाएगी।
Okay. Then the whole loop begins.
Whole loop starts and you can't.
तो इसी को क्या हम रिलैप्स भी बोलते हैं ऐसे?
रिलैप्स देखो जी, ऐसे है कि पहली बात तो जो आदमी छोड़ के फिर से शुरू कर ले, उसको रिलैप्स तो कहते हैं, बट रिलैप्स इज समटाइम्स प्री मेडिटेटेड, क्योंकि he can't enjoy life.
अच्छा।
Because he has not made his life the way I have tried to make my life, to make it fabulous. तो वो difficulty of living, and he's saying, what is this? अगर मेरी जिंदगी में मजा ही नहीं आना, तो मैं रो रो के जी रहा हूँ. So then he goes back onto it, thinking he'll find this time, इस बारी कुछ नहीं होने वाला, इस बारी मैं कंट्रोल कर लूंगा, होती नहीं है। तो बेसिकली रिलैप्स का तो मतलब ही ये है कि अभी उसको मारनी पूरी पड़ी। जब पूरी मार पड़ जाएगी, रिलैप्स भी बंद हो जाएंगे।
तो आपकी रिकवरी जर्नी की अगर हम बात करें, तो डिड यू जॉइन एनी रिहैब, या आप बस मीटिंग्स जाते थे, या मतलब व्हाट सॉर्ट ऑफ टूल और लाइफस्टाइल यू यूज्ड टू कम आउट ऑफ इट?
मेरे लिए आई हैड टू गो टू अ 12 स्टेप प्रोग्राम। मैं एक ऐसी रिहैब गया था शुरुआत में, जहाँ उस टाइम रिहैब थे नहीं।
ओके।
तो I went to a place where it was a cinema hall, converted into a rehab. Old-fashioned cinema halls वो होते थे ना, projector वाले. And they were the most atrocious places. It was in a dormitory.
Okay.
And there were no medicines those days. So you were suffering with everybody else inside the dormitory, and you were like, people kept isolated and locked. That's the kind of rehabs.
हाँ, वहाँ पे कोई स्टेटस नहीं, कुछ नहीं, कि आपको एक एग्जीक्यूटिव रूम मिले या समथिंग।
No rooms.
रिहैब्स अब आ रहे हैं ऐसे।
वो अब तो रूम मिल जाते हैं ना, rehabs, 5-star rehabs भी है। Those days there were no rehabs.
Okay.
So I had to go into a dormitory which is dormitory का मतलब कि एक जगह जहाँ पर सारे इकट्ठे
ये
हैं।
कॉन्शियस था या नहीं था ये डिसीजन ऐसे
बहुत-
रिहैब जाना?
वो that is the time,
हाँ,
क्योंकि वो मेरा पुलिस का एपिसोड हो गया था, तो आई हिट माय बॉटम। तो मैंने, एक मेरा कजन था, उसको मैंने कहा कि तू जा रहा है, उसने कहा नहीं मैं नहीं जा रहा, मैं वैसे ही बंद कर लूंगा। मैंने कहा तेरी जगह में मैं जाता हूँ।
अच्छा।
तो मैं पहुंच गया जी बेंगलोर, और उधर पहुंच के मैंने कहा कि जी, पहुंचने से पहले मैं लैंडलाइंस थे ना, मैंने फोन किया, मैंने कहा डॉक्टर साहब, वो डॉक्टर नहीं था, वो ही वाज जस्ट अनदर गाय रिकवरिंग फ्रॉम अल्कोहलिज्म।
ओके।
कहते आ जाओ। मैं पहुंच गया उधर, पता ही नहीं कहाँ जा रहा हूँ, पर क्योंकि द डिजायर टू स्टॉप वाज सो ग्रेट, टू गेट आउट ऑफ माय मिजरी वाज सो ग्रेट दैट आई सेड जहां भी जाना जाएंगे। उधर गया मैं 2 महीने, उधर लगा के फिर मैं वापस आ गया दिल्ली छोड़ के। आई स्टॉप्ड, थैंक गॉड आई वेंट देयर।
So did it continue?
Yeah, then it
Okay.
continued. Then,
Okay.
see, I stopped on the 27th of August, 1991.
And since then, you have not.
Since then, I have been clean and sober
Okay.
and enjoying my life. So the enjoyment is what's most important now.
So we are witnessing the happier and more wholesome you.
You are
than-
witnessing, yes, you're only witnessing the wholesome me. You, thank God, don't witness the other me.
I wasn't alive at that point.
It's not worth witnessing that, because that is a very painful place to be,
I
and a very unfortunate place to be. But what you have witnessed today, or what you witnessed me as, or what you have heard of me or known me as, or whatever, is the born again version of Naveen.
Right.
And so Naveen Ansel is a new man from that day. But it has to be rebuilt. I was fortunate that I found a spiritual program. I was fortunate that I found a partner in my life. I was fortunate that I was battered so badly that I did not desire to drink or drug again. That's what happened to me. And I was lucky enough to retain my senses, to know that to ask myself, don't you want that lovely life you've been imagining? And I said, yes, I do. And they never told me it's going to be so difficult. Maybe I won't have. But it's a good, difficult life and makes a man out of you. It makes me from that person who escapes life, makes me into a man. A man who's proud of living the way I was supposed to live. And that's what this whole thing about getting well is. Wholesome, you used a very good word. Wholesome life again. A life where there is no fear, a life there is no insecurity, there is no डर कि जी मेरे साथ क्या होने वाला है. A life जहाँ पर आपको दिख रहा है कि मेरी जिंदगी में इतनी सुंदर चीजें आ गई हैं, तो इनको बढ़ा के रखूं, इनको और बढ़ाऊं, और यही चीजों का मजा लूं. जिंदगी का मैं अब मजा लूं कि मेरे को पता लगे कि अब जिंदगी में इतना कुछ है, नॉट मटीरियल ओनली. जिंदगी में इतना कुछ है कि इस जिंदगी का मजा कुछ और है जो मैंने कभी इमेजिन नहीं किया.
बट शराब के बिना ये मजा लेना क्या पॉसिबल है? क्योंकि
बिल्कुल.
बहुत लोग नहीं समझ पाते हैं.
वही तो चीज है. अगर कोई पहले ही, you see, इसका कोई क्विक फिक्स तो है नहीं. अगर मैंने शराब के बिना मजा लेना है जिंदगी का, असली मजा जो मेरी इमेजिनेशन से भी बाहर है, तो फिर मुझे एक नई जिंदगी रोज के हिसाब से चालू रखनी पड़ेगी. रोज के हिसाब से मुझे एक नई जिंदगी जीनी पड़ेगी, जिसमें मैं रोज सवेरे उठता हूँ और ये इमेजिन करता हूँ कि मेरी जिंदगी में आज क्या मजा है, क्या अच्छी चीजें आए, और उसके लिए मैं आगे चलता हूँ. क्योंकि अगर मैं वो जिंदगी में, मैं अगर वो जिंदगी चाहता हूँ, तो मुझे उसके लिए एक्शन लेना पड़ेगा. आई हैव टू स्टार्ट मूविंग in that spiritual direction, which I was actually against. In my original avatar, I hated the word spiritual or religious. To me, they made me boil. And here I'm sitting in front of you and saying, if I hadn't got hold of this spiritual life,
Right.
I would not be who I am today.
So since I sense or maybe know that you are a spiritual person, do you believe in divine timing कि rock bottom भी एक divine timing ही होता होगा?
डिवाइन टाइम तो है, पर अब मैं किसी को कह दूं कि तेरे डिवाइन टाइम नहीं आया, ये मैं नहीं कह सकता।
Correct.
ये तो देखो डिवाइन को पता है।
हाँ,
मेरे को ये आई नो, आई अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग, मेरा टाइम आ गया था और मैंने टाइम को पकड़ लिया, मैंने मौके को नहीं छोड़ा। सी डिवाइन टाइम कितनी बार आएगा ये मुझे नहीं पता, पर मेरे पास जो लास्ट मौका था मैंने वो पकड़ लिया। आई कॉट होल्ड द ओनली पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ री एस्टैब्लिशिंग अ न्यू नवीन अगेन।
बट और डिवाइन टाइम पर्सपेक्टिव पे भी तो डिपेंड करता है ना। जब रॉक बॉटम है तो हम उसको एज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी भी लेके उससे निकलने की
दैट इज
कोशिश
मोस्ट
कर सकते हैं
इम्पोर्टेंट,
ना।
दैट इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट कि आज भी अगर मैं आई विजिट पीपल हु आई विजिट इन रिहैब्स, I try and tell them make use of this opportunity. ऐसी फिर से नहीं आएगी. Who knows? Because I see so many people in those rehabs that don't come back again. Some have died.
Okay.
Young kids, because of disabilities with excess alcohol and drug intake. So I try and of course pass this by telling them that, you know, pass the message of saying that try and make this an opportunity to live again. And living again means beyond my imagination.
थोड़ा हम forgiveness की भी बात करते हैं because recovery is a very difficult phase, है ना। वो जो start होता है उसके बाद आपने देखा होता है कि आपने कितने रिश्ते खोए हैं, कितने दोस्त खोए हैं, तो सबसे ज़्यादा आप अपने आप को खोते हो, राइट। आपके लिए क्या था, लाइक जब आपको forgiveness सोचना था, who did you forgive or who forgave you first? Your family or you yourself? What was it like?
See, my first idea is yes, I have to be forgiven and I have to forgive. But I cannot forgive. I cannot be forgiven if I don't forgive. The first thing is I have to start forgiving. Because I have to first ask for forgiveness. The thing is that what I have done in my life, of course, if I don't forgive myself, I won't be able to move forward.
Right.
I'll be full of guilt, shame, and all the other stuff that does not allow me to move forward. But I have to make amends for the kind of things I have done to my family. I have to. Not only to society. I have to start behaving like another human being, a good human being, a person of caliber. I have to start behaving like somebody who is keen to do what he can do and contribute.
And accountability missing होती है ना।
बिल्कुल है ही नहीं. And I have to start doing things that make people realize this guy is doing constructive stuff, good stuff for people around and for himself. So yes, forgiveness comes by my changing my behavior, changing my attitude, changing my dialogue with people.
But did you forgive yourself? Because I see that some people are very shameful of it also. जैसे होता है ना कि इतनी चीज़ें कर दी हैं कि now there's shame. फिर उसके बाद हम अपने आप को माफ़ कर पाएंगे कि नहीं, वो कैसे वर्कआउट करता है साइकोलॉजिकली?
It's a long process. I continue to carry forward. It is going forward daily. It is a ritual daily for me.
Okay.
Because an alcoholic is tremendous guilt and tremendous shame. Not only for what he's done to other people, but he's done to himself.
Yes.
So there is a big issue of this, which is all taken care of once you start recovery. This issue is taken care of. But it is again a process. It doesn't end ever. So my forgiveness issue is continuing till the end of my life. Meaning that I have to look after what my way of living is throughout. There's never a day that I've arrived. I'm going to continue doing it and keep on growing to a better life, a more wholesome life. A life of, मैं सोचता था कि मेरे को शराबी को चाहिए क्या? उसको स्वाद चाहिए, मजा. He wants to have genuine स्वाद. उसको एक्सपीरियंस नहीं होता. एक बारी पी के उसको शायद लगता है कि मेरे को मिल जाएगा उसी से. उसको कभी नहीं मिलता. तो वो असली स्वाद तब मिलता है जब आप रिकवरी में आके नई जिंदगी चला के, and then you get the real swad that you've been looking for. That's the nasha you live for. A nasha which is making a good life.
Okay. So rather than being high on substance, you are high on life.
Yeah,
That is the.
नशा वो है. नशा ये है कि मैं जो भी करूं, it should make me feel good about living. And I should be able to contribute to people. I should be able to be an asset rather than be a, what is it called?
Liability.
Liability. So I was always a liability. Now I'm an asset to myself and people around me.
So did alcoholism change you, or it uncovered or revealed certain parts of you that you did not also know that it existed?
I didn't know them. It revealed a lot to me.
Okay.
It revealed that I was a flawed human being, like most human beings are, and that I need to do something about it. So what alcoholism in my recovery has revealed is continue making yourself a whole person. And those flaws that you were hiding don't need to be hidden because they're human flaws. They're human flaws that you don't have to be ashamed of.
एंड अभी के ज़माने में ना बिंज ड्रिंकिंग बहुत कॉमन है ना. अब तो इट्स नॉट अ टैबू एनी मोर, वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस दैट. सो अब जब लोगों में आ तो रही है ये समझ कि हम ड्रिंक ज़्यादा कर रहे हैं या ये ओवर हो रहा है, फिर हमारी कैपेसिटी पे भी बात आ जाती है ना. जो बच्चे होते हैं वो बेसिकली दे फील वेरी हैप्पी दैट ओके दे कैन
drink a lot.
हाँ, ड्रिंक अ लॉट.
I can drink more than you.
Yes, and there are games on this.
Yeah.
But since you've experienced bits and parts of this, or the whole thing.
I've experienced more than the whole thing.
So, what are the dangers that you can tell people to be aware of while being in such situations?
You know, anybody who is, I would imagine, there's a lot of binge drinking. There's a lot of drinking going on. And I have nothing to say about what is happening normally, which is happening in the world all over. But if somebody is getting concerned that it is interfering with my normal activity as a human being, then you have to be concerned. Suppose you're drinking heavily couple of days, and then you feel, shit, I must stop because firstly, my health is not permitting. Secondly, my lifestyle is getting ruined. That means living a normal life is getting ruined. Then he has to or she has to find help. Because binge drinking is another part of alcoholism. Because binge drinking में मैंने देखे हुए लोगों को कि जो रोज नहीं पीते, पर जब पीते हैं तो 3-4 दिन लगातार.
Right.
और वो इतना कर लेते हैं कि that it is those 3-4 days are like a lost time in their lives. And those people naturally will have to watch out because eventually it's going to catch them. They're going to ruin everything that was worth anything for them. So binge drinking is not something that, but again, it's a very difficult proposition until you imagine that you yourself have to ask for help. कोई छोड़ने वाला नहीं होता इसमें. You have to ask for help.
Right. And what misconception do you think addiction has attached to its label that you would wish that it no longer exists?
I mean, misconception that drinking is a regular thing, normal. Firstly, the misconception that drinking, for my case, like I mentioned earlier, is that in my place it was said that anybody worth his salt will drink once in a while extra. जो अच्छी family से आया वो drink करेगा और कभी कभार extra भी कर लेगा, कोई बात नहीं. That again is a misconception. Secondly, anybody who feels that he has to justify his drinking, that's a problem there. Because if I have to justify my drinking, I've just come back from a long holiday and I need to unwind. When it becomes a habit of unwinding, then there's a problem somewhere. And that is the thing that, and also the misconception that drinking is not a drug. Drinking is a drug. Drinking is a liquid drug. Drinking is a norm that society has accepted, but it's a drug. Like coffee is a drug.
Right. Yes.
So it depends that what drug, what you're looking at as. Is it something that is it something that is become too much of a dependency or not?
Okay. तो ये
Depend.
वर्ड recreational यूज करते हैं ना?
Drinking
तो
is supposed to be recreational.
हाँ, लेकिन recreational drugs भी बोलते हैं, but not
There are
necessarily.
no. Let me be honest.
हाँ.
There are no recreational drugs.
हाँ, see.
A lot of people I meet, kids tell me. My own kids used to tell me, "Bob, you're mad. You know, if we smoke hash or grass, it's a recreational organic drug."
Correct. Herbal.
But they want to give it a tag that it's not harmful at all. Herb hai. Achha, now today it's very difficult to even say that because to even counter that because CBD market mein hai.
हाँ.
So it's very difficult to say but if an addict who is internally an addict uses these so-called herbal drugs, he's gone.
Right. I think this is very important for the audience to know that जो हम recreational समझ के start कर लेते हैं, वो भी एक dangerous जगह ही ले
बहुत
जाता है.
dangerous. I've seen so many kids, yeah. I've seen kids who are 19 who are gone क्योंकि paranoid as hell
हाँ.
because they don't know. Their minds have got so tuned to going into a different space now. They don't come back.
Wow.
They don't even come back to it, and they become misfits because they've heard somewhere that what do you call grass and hash
हाँ.
are recreational, no problem.
मतलब जो नहीं भी करता उसको भी ऐसे ही सुनने में आता है ना, तो this is a
No,
very
ये भी you can imagine for anybody, even the idea of having a very light beer. Somebody say hardly anything, whatever 3%. They know in our time we used to have these extra strong beers. I'm sure they have it even today. No, mine is very light.
हाँ. बट बियर को तो कभी ऐसा शराब मानते भी नहीं थे बहुत सारे लोग,
हाँ,
है
नहीं
ना?
मानते.
कि मर्द है तो हम बियर क्यों पिए? Like this is a very
मर्द नहीं
common thing.
पीते. अच्छा, मैं तो वाइन भी नहीं पीता था.
हाँ, okay.
ये मर्दों का काम नहीं है.
तो अभी के टाइम
मर्दों का काम था सिर्फ हार्ड अल्कोहल और वो भी पानी के बगैर.
Okay. हाँ. So I think the environment also plays a big role, ना, जो हम सोचते हैं.
And then nowadays, as you mentioned, now that the glasses are very stylish, and the idea of having it in a special container and a special way and all that stuff is added to the romance.
Correct. Cocktails.
And the romance that it is something you can also have romance with.
Right.
Because
right.
then you mix easily with the opposite sex.
Ah, it's a good icebreaker.
For me, actually, it was the biggest icebreaker. जो आदमी, suppose there's a guy who can't talk normally to the opposite sex, 2 drinks down, he'll talk to anybody, or 4 drinks down.
So how did you find love after being sober?
Well, thank God I actually relearned how to dialogue. Not joking. My wife now, Lucille, has taught me from the days that I started out with her in 1992, when I was sober, we met. And from then, I've had the good fortune of learning a lot of good things from her. Because I was, like I said, I was blessed with a good partner.
Right.
And I was very fortunate that whoever is looking after me, my God, gave me somebody who was the right person for me.
Because at that stage, you wouldn't be able to live with a partner who enabled drinking or who consumed drinking?
I had left. I actually needed somebody who, I'm saying in hindsight, I needed somebody who I could actually depend on to keep me
on your track.
On my track. Also, though I did still do, she was not the only thing, but since I had already committed to following a particular way of living and a program, she enhanced it. So my life got enhanced. Like you said, how to re-establish talking to the opposite sex. Or not even to your own sex, yeah. Re-establishing opposite तो बात की बात है. पहले तो अपने लोगों से बात करना सिखाओ. because most alcoholics have lost the ability. They're very foul-mouthed. They're also very difficult to have a conversation with because mind doesn't stick to anything for more than 1 minute. Basically, alcoholics and addicts feel that to be macho, and now this is a very weird thing. Alcoholics का ये बड़ा है कि जी, a guy who drinks is very macho, very manly.
Right.
And then another aspect is that they don't converse in a normal manner. हमारी dialogue जो चल रही है, उन्होंने बीच में कुछ ना कुछ अजीब बातें शुरू कर देनी है. अच्छा, एक साइड माइंडसेट रहता ही नहीं है. आप आज मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ शराबियत की, बात कहीं और चली जाएगी. So that thing to relearn how to conduct myself, how to make sure that I'm living a life which now, because it has to make sense, I better start living in a manner that has some common sense into it. Common sense and practical living. This is what I have to relearn.
Right. क्योंकि कहते हैं ना कि शराब पीने के बाद इंसान बदल जाता है, या तो गुस्सैल हो जाएगा या गालियां देने लगेगा. So is that an alter ego, or again the courage to become like that comes? Like क्या है
वो तो फिर that becomes your personality.
Okay.
शुरुआत तो ये है कि you want to be, I wanted to be actually quite different to who I was. I didn't like myself. I thought Naveen was too straightforward, too soft, too gentlemanly, or whatever you want to call it. And with alcohol, I became what I wanted to become.
So you were vanilla and then you added spice.
And that's why they call us Jekyll and Hyde.
Right.
The term Jekyll and Hyde is for alcoholics. Because what happens, I'm a decent guy, suddenly I become indecent. So what happens, and eventually I remain indecent. By the time I become a full-blown alcoholic or an addict, I become an indecent guy.
That becomes a personality.
That becomes, so you have to come back, I have to come back to having a personality which was originally mine. That's the only thing you can do.
तो तभी ये rebirth है फिर तो.
Yeah, ये rebirth.
Because everything changes
It
after
changes
that.
completely. Unless I change and I accept myself as a fallible human being, as a person who makes mistakes, as a person who feels all the things you're supposed to feel, as a person who... I hated pain. Today, pain is part of living. So all these things you have to come back to and say they're all right. In fact, they enhance me as a human being. That I can live with them and enjoy life. So that's where I have to reach again. And that is the journey.
Wow.
तो मेरी जो ये 34 साल की जर्नी है, ये इस चीज के बारे में है. And this journey continues to the day I die. This journey doesn't stop. So that is the best part of it, because you've got unlimited potential.
Right. And we see that because how you rebuilt your business from scratch.
From zero.
From zero. And now it's a luxury brand.
Yes, now it's flourishing since so many years because it was, I think it's a good thing that I built from zero. Both my wife and me started from zero, from scratch, restarted.
Wow.
And we came to where we are today, fortunately. The thing is that unless I learn that I need help from even in my business aspect of living, family aspect, business aspect, social aspect, all aspects, I have to, basically what you said, that I cannot afford to be this big shot. I have to get my ego to the right size. Ego has to go to the right size, otherwise I cannot become sober and live sober. And I will not enjoy life.
Right.
I'll be fighting. Because alcoholic का problem क्या है? Conflict. He creates conflict outside or inside.
Right. And it then triggers the urge to drink or to calm
बिल्कुल
down.
naturally, because you're so conflicted.
तो कभी-कभी ऐसा लगता है अल्कोहलिक्स को एक बहाना चाहिए.
बहाना
कि-
चाहिए.
है ना कि आज ये हो गया तो चलो पी लो.
यही तो प्रॉब्लम है कि आज मूड बहुत अच्छा है, पी लो. आज सैड है, मूडी हूँ, पी लो. आज ऐसा हो गया, पी लो. ये अल्कोहल की खासियत है कि वो मूडी लोग हैं.
करेक्ट.
इनके मूड ही नहीं खत्म होते.
तो फैमिली कुछ हेल्प कर भी पाएगी कि नहीं?
नहीं.
वो सिर्फ सफर करती रहती है.
नहीं. फैमिली का काम है कि वो अपनी जिंदगी बनाए और इसको या लड़की हो या लड़का हो या whatever उसको अपनी जिंदगी बनाने दें. अगर नहीं बनती तो they have to carry on. The family has to then make the, because if you think I can cocoon an alcoholic, you cannot.
Right.
You can, nor can any family be able to make a alcoholic into a non-alcoholic. They will always fail. They can be a support system, but supporting to get well.
But it is sad because they are on the receiving end
Always.
of this problem.
Always.
So when it feels that
So that is why an alcoholic, when he gets sober, realizes कि मैंने किया क्या है.
okay.
तो उनके साथ पहले अमेंड्स तो करे, उनको थोड़ा सा मलहम पट्टी तो लगा दे.
Right.
एंड शराबी को समझ नहीं है ना. शराबी का, लेट मी बी वेरी क्लियर, शराबी हैज नॉट डेवलप्ड मेंटली और इमोशनली.
Okay.
And the alcohol has numbed him for so long that he has to be taught.
So ये inner child wounds से related है?
In fact, you mentioned something about inner child.
हाँ.
You will also realize, including my own case, most alcoholics I've met who are recovered and who are not even recovering have had trauma in their childhood. Various traumas, their sexual traumas, their other traumas, their whatever trauma. And you realize that they've taken the trauma to heart and they can't leave that. And that trauma is what is continuing to, they make themselves traumatized and traumatize the world. And that is why that has to be, so I have to relearn how to live. And until I do that, my family will be, see, most families leave them by the end of it. Some who are fortunate stick around.
Okay.
And then they rebuild their family life also. I know of a lot of good fellows who have got well, whose children have got married, lives are getting very good, families are living a damn good life. It happens. But then the alcoholic has to make an effort.
Yeah, this sounds like a silver lining
Yes.
for all the families who are
Yes,
affected by
yes,
it.
yes.
So, if you would like to say something to a 26-year-old, be it man or a woman right now, holding their drink and watching our podcast, let's assume that, क्या मैसेज देना चाहोगे आप अभी ऐसे हमारे जैसे लोगों को या हमसे छोटे लोगों को जो कि इसमें शायद फॉल करने वाले हों या कर चुके हों?
I see the only message I can give, like me, you have a choice. You have a choice. If I could do it, you can do it. All anybody has to do is to basically admit to the truth and ask for help. I'm saying if a person like me who had lost it all can find a life of ecstasy, literally a life of ecstasy, then it can happen to anybody. All they need to do is, I can say to anybody who is listening, that all you need to do is find somebody who has found a cure from this disease of alcoholism and drug addiction and ask them to help you. And you can believe me that life can become so beautiful and so wonderful that you would never give it up again.
Thank you, sir, for your raw honesty and your candid confessions, because they have all made us aware of how a person of your caliber and status and power and everything could go to a level where, you know, life could test and then also re-emerge as, I think of the bird phoenix, how it rises from
Lovely
the
word.
ashes.
Lovely.
I mean, it's truly an inspiration. And I'm so, so grateful that you are my first guest for my podcast. And I hope the viewers also enjoyed it.
I'm so happy to be here, Aishwarya, because I enjoyed talking to you and I enjoy speaking with transparently about everything that can bring recovery to anybody who wants it. And it was very enjoyable, and it was actually, you asked me so many pertinent questions that we could continue for a long, long time.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank
Time
you.
has passed. I mean, I thought it would be like short and crisp, but right now also I think, I mean, I have had a lot of fun, and I'm sure the audience
I've had a
also.
lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.